If your AC is not cooling and is blowing warm air in your Kia Sportage, it could be due to a number of reasons, like low refrigerant, a faulty compressor, or an electrical issue. But before you head to the mechanic or think about recharging the system, the first thing you should check is the fuse and the relay for the AC compressor. The AC compressor won't engage if the fuse is blown or the relay isn't working properly, and that means no cold air, even if everything else in the system is fine. Let's start with a simple visual inspection of the AC compressor under the hood. Turn off the engine and pop the hood. Look down near the serpentine belt area on the side of the engine, near the bottom. The AC compressor is a metal unit with a pulley and an electrical connector mounted to the engine. You will see two refrigerant lines connected to it. Attached to the front of the compressor, you will see a pulley with a circular plate at the end. This is the AC clutch. The outer pulley is always spinning when the engine is running, but the clutch plate only spins when the AC is turned on. Let me start the engine and show you how it works. I'm going to turn the AC off and then look under the hood. As you can see, the engine is running, the serpentine belt is spinning, and the compressor pulley is also spinning. But the circular plate in the center, the compressor clutch, is not rotating. That's because the AC is currently turned off. In this state, the clutch is disengaged, so it just sits still while the pulley spins around it. This is completely normal. Now let me go inside the car and turn on the AC, making sure the AC button is illuminated. Watch the clutch now. You'll hear a distinct click and the clutch plate engages and starts spinning together with the pulley. That click indicates that the AC compressor clutch has been activated, and it's now compressing refrigerant and circulating it throughout the system, which is what gives you cold air inside the cabin. If you do not hear that click or the clutch does not engage, then the compressor isn't turning on. In this case, the first thing you should check is the fuse and the relay for the AC compressor clutch, which is located right here in the engine compartment fuse box. Turn off the engine and open the fuse box cover. Press the tabs on the sides and lift up the cover. Flip the cover and you will see a diagram that labels each fuse and relay. On the left side of the diagram, look for the fuse labeled as AC. It's a 10 amp fuse in the middle column. That will be this red fuse in the fuse box. If you have a test light, you can test the fuse without pulling it out. It's a reliable way to check if the fuse is good and the circuit is receiving power. Connect the clip of your test light to a metal ground point, or you can connect it directly to the negative terminal of the battery. Next, identify the two small metal pins on top of the fuse. These are access points for testing. Touch the tip of the test light to each pin, one at a time. If the test light illuminates on both sides, the fuse is good and power is flowing through it. If the test light turns on for only one side, the fuse is blown. If there is no light on either side, there may be no power reaching that circuit, which could point to a different issue upstream like a broken wire or connection. If you don't have a test light, you will have to pull out the fuse. Use a fuse puller which is provided in the fuse box or a pair of needle nose pliers to carefully remove the fuse from the socket. Hold the fuse up to a light and inspect the small metal strip inside. This metal strip should be solid and continuous. If you see that it's broken, burnt, or melted, the fuse is blown and must be replaced with another fuse of the same amperage reading, which is 10 amps. Here is an example of what a blown fuse typically looks like. Notice how the metal strip inside is broken. If the fuse is good and the AC compressor is still not working, the next step is to check the relay. Flip the fuse box cover and look at the diagram. The AC compressor relay is the third relay down from the top in the rightmost column. That will be this green colored relay in the fuse box. Now, how do you test this relay? The easiest method to test any relay is by swapping it with another known working relay of the same type. However, I do not see any other green colored relay in this fuse box. That means we do not have another relay of the same type. So what do we do in this situation? Sure, you can take out the relay and do a bench test, but that takes too much time. Let's take out the AC relay first. Now, these relays are often really difficult to pull out by hand because they fit tightly in the socket and there is limited space around them. So instead of struggling with your fingers, grab a pair of adjustable pliers. Adjust the grip so it fits around the sides of the relay. Once the pliers are set, place a small strip of electrical tape around the relay. This adds a protective layer between the relay and the tool, preventing scratches or damage to the casing. Gently grip the relay and slowly wiggle it slightly from side to side while pulling it straight upward. Do not apply too much pressure as it may damage the casing. Now right above the AC relay, we have the rear defroster relay, which I know is working fine. Let's go ahead and pull that one out as well. Now let's compare both the relays. You'll notice that both relays have the same terminal layout. That means they are interchangeable for testing purposes. However, you cannot just swap them without taking another important fact into account. Yes, both relays may look the same and have the same terminal layout, but they are rated for different temperatures. The AC relay is rated for 20 amps, while the rear defroster relay is rated for 35 amps. In this case, it is perfectly safe to temporarily use the higher rated defroster relay in the AC slot. Just do not do the opposite. Never install the lower amp relay in a higher load circuit like the defroster, or you risk burning it out. Let's now insert the defroster relay into the AC relay socket. Push it down firmly until it's seated all the way. Now start the engine and turn on the air conditioning, making sure the orange LED light illuminates on the AC button. If you hear a click and the clutch starts spinning, that confirms the original AC relay is faulty, and you have successfully diagnosed it using a simple swap test. If nothing happens and the clutch still doesn't engage, then the relay isn't the issue and you will need to move on to testing other components, like the AC pressure switch or checking for low refrigerant pressure. After testing, don't forget to return the defroster relay back to its original slot so that your rear defroster continues to work properly. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe to Weezy for more DIY automotive tutorials. Thanks for watching.